And welcome in, welcome in. What's going on? This is the company. We are back another Thursday, uh July 9th, and it is 9:29, a little bit later than we usually start, but that's okay. We got me, we got Rich, we got Nick. Mobile will join us momentarily. He is in transit right now. So those who came to see Mobile, he will be here, I promise. And hope everybody's having an amazing week, a good day, and a productive time here on this beautiful, beautiful earth for the 250th anniversary of America. And still, whenever I see America 250, I think it's some kind of Trump event for some reason. I don't know.
USC.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
probably
Yeah, yeah. But
It shouldn't be, but I get it, man. It
I
shouldn't
do
be.
too. Yeah.
it shouldn't be what.
Well, we think of it as like a political a statement.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
shouldn't be,
It
but it
shouldn't be,
is.
but
Yeah.
anytime you start screaming America, 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 I start feeling like you on that other side, you know. And like you said, it shouldn't be that way, but this is the time that we're living in, and unfortunately, we got to get what we're given. We got to take what we're given.
You know, well,
And
let me stick on that real quick because I had a plumber come by today, and it's weird because like you hear people talk all this stuff on the internet, but then when you get around them, like, and the reason why I say this, man, because you know, fit the bill all the way through, right? What you would expect, probably the more MAGA leaning voter, right?
mhm,
With the haircut, blue collar work, respectable job. He's got, like on his phone, he's got, the American flag, but like the tattered version, show like he's been through things. And
mhm,
I'm thinking to myself, like, you can make judgments on a person based on like different things that you see typically go for a certain stereotype, right? But then you talking to him and it's like, hey, man, you're just like a regular dude, just like everybody else.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
the internet, like this, for whatever reason, what social media and the internet has done is has completely removed us from how people actually relate to one another,
mhm,
and it's
mhm,
created these silos of thought and behavior,
yeah,
and we're just eating each other, and then the folks up at the top are like, look at him down there. It's like,
exactly, exactly. It's kind of like we have to put on a costume for what we believe in or what we think we believe in. And then when we can finally take that costume off and just actually talk to people, we realize that shit and I know it's cliche, but we ain't too damn different.
no.
Mm-mm.
The best Saturday Night Live skit that pretty much showed that was that one where Tom Hanks was on Black Jeopardy,
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
and that it was funny as all get out, but it was like the realest thing ever.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't know. Every day you kind of hope everybody will just kind of start getting it. And then, they'll drop the bullshit and all the anger and the hate and everything between us. But I don't think we will, because I actually just think some people get off on it.
But that didn't cost too much.
I was too much to get along.
No, well, I mean, yes, but it's not necessarily for us. It's for everybody else who's making money from it. And when I say that,
Mhm.
not not in the, like, you have people who say like, oh, Southern Poverty Law Center is like paying people, like paying Antifa and the Proud Boys to do stuff. Not saying it in that sense, but like if you think about these information silos and how social media basically engineers these algorithms
Mhm.
for more divisive content to basically be at the top. I mean, that's money. That's ad revenue.
Yeah.
That you're losing out on. Like, this
Mhm.
isn't a conspiracy theory thing. This is actually how these algorithms are built to monetize your time. So I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like if you start taking that away, it'd be like, well, how can we feed the machine to make it where I can get that third yacht? That's all this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest with you, the people that are doing that ain't the regular people walking around having these problems and issues and fighting and fussing in the streets.
They don't care because at that level, the money takes care of all of the other problems.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree.
I don't know. I figure we'll get it eventually. Hopefully.
But the problem is we don't want it to be too late.
What's too late though? Is it not too late already?
I think the point where it gets too late is what I don't want to say this. It'll be too late when we know we can't do anything. Like when we know that we can't do anything. Like I don't think we're anywhere close, to be honest with you. But
yeah, you're right. I mean, we can still exist relatively successfully at this point without anybody really just getting in our shit.
Right.
Like you said, when it comes to the point when that's no longer a thing, and buildings are burning and churches are burning and all this other shit that's happening, and you just can't reverse the things that have been done, that'll be the point.
Have you seen the movie Don't Look Up?
Yes.
That when we get to there.
Yeah. Okay.
There.
I got you.
Like that's like when the meteor is like 10 feet out in front of you, that's when you'll be like, you know what? I don't think we can't come back.
I think this is it. Everybody. Clock out, go home. This is it. We're done.
Start playing the That's All Folks music from Looney Tunes.
Hell yeah. I don't know, man. It's 250 years.
It's not a long time.
It's not a long time. It's what, 4 people? Maybe?
Roughly?
Yeah.
Roughly?
Yeah, it's 4 lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
3 and a possible.
We're still relatively, as a people, we're still relatively new at whatever it is that we're doing, this science experiment. So I mean, I don't know what the end game is, and I've said that before. I don't know what the end game is. Like, what is it that people want that will just make them put down the arms and just live the rest of their fucking life? I know for some people, it's for every brown person to get the fuck out.
You know what? And
which I really don't think they want.
And that's it's funny you say that, Brian, because I don't think that's really what anyone wants either. I think there's a homogenous community of sorts is what they're looking for, of like-minded ideas and whatever the case may be. However you want to strike that as validity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I certainly, man, it's almost like we're talking about this experiment as America for what it stands for. Like, I don't know if there is an end game or if there even should be, right? It's just hilarious. It's hilarious when you think about it, right? Because any progress that America has gone through by the lens of today would have been considered woke at some, and I'm using woke in the pejorative sense, not
in the wrong term, in the wrong way.
Yeah, correct,
way.
Right.
Okay.
Because to say like for a woman to be able to vote, right? It's like, that's too progressive. No. Like that ideal at some point in time was against the status quo, and yet we are here. So all of these ideas and concepts that until someone pushes the line, they're considered a progressive idea. But again, it's like, who is this for? Like, if life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is what we're supposed to all be going for, if you operate from the condition of just let them live, I mean, this shouldn't be this hard, because your thoughts and your religious exceptionalism, or wherever you want to describe it, that convey your thoughts to think that a person should or should not be able to do a thing, that is your prerogative on how they should live. That shouldn't govern me.
Yeah. What you eat shouldn't make me shit. What you eat don't make me shit.
Yes.
Quoted by Jay-Z. Big props
Jigga
to
Man.
Jigga Man. Yeah, you are absolutely right in that. It's kind of like if everybody just minds their own business, everybody will be happy.
To us, yeah, to a certain extent, in theory, but I think, but that's part of the unfortunate human condition, where some people think that they need to have power, and in that power, it's like, yeah, well, you're doing the thing, but I don't want you to do that thing too. So because you're doing it, I need to tell you that you can't, or I need to make the rules as to why you should or should not.
Because you doing things is somehow affecting me, or will affect me at some point.
That is correct.
So I got to nip that in the bud and figure out how to bring on some regulations so you can't do that thing unless I know you're doing that thing. And that you are licensed to do that thing or have a permit to do that thing.
Right.
I think we had an issue. I watch a lot of those police dash cam caught on tape type situations, those videos. And guy was walking around the neighborhood just passing out flyers for his car cleaning business. And he didn't go to one of the neighbors' houses, and that neighbor came outside with a gun, wondering why these little black boys was walking around the neighborhood and going to everybody's house. Now, eventually the cops were called. Nothing happened to the guy with the gun, and the cops dug into the boys because they didn't have a permit.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
That's one of those situations where it kind of worked out for the dude, because all of a sudden now you need a permit to talk about your business to a neighbor or to pass out your flyers to a neighbor.
Good grief.
So, like we were talking about, people are fucking weird.
That they are, sir.
They are. But anyway, we're gonna talk about a few things tonight. There was a report about an uptick in teenage violence this summer, a spike, if you will. I typed it into the Googles, and the AIs gave me some reasons that this might be. The individual factors: behavior and mental health, conditions like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, conduct disorders, and reduced cognitive abilities can impact the youth's capacity for emotional regulation and impulse control. Now, do you think if there's an uptick in ADHD, what could possibly be the reasoning behind the uptick? Do you think it's social media, video games, lack of parental control? Is there something that might be adding on to the supposed ADHD that they're saying kids are going through?
I don't know. I guess I would need some more clarity. And we're saying like untreated ADHD. That's be my first thought. Are we like stuff that's the idea that you probably have it, but it's not being treated? Because that's a whole different thing.
I think that's what the assumption is. It's just like people are just walking around with it without any medication or anything like that. So I'm believing that's where it's coming from.
I mean, I don't know if I would say it's a direct correlation, but I can see that if it's not being treated now, I don't know if with the statistics show as far as people with ADHD being violent, but I definitely could see that causing behavior problems if it's untreated.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can't see it. But
Okay.
but again, I don't know. I don't know if it's correlated to violence. So that'd be my only thing. I can see it like kind of lashing out and having behavior problems, but I don't know. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where the report came from. That's for me. That's step one.
Well, this is let me see. That came from the World Health Organization.
Okay, WHO. Got it.
Yeah. They're saying another reason would be substance abuse. Early involvement with drugs, alcohol, and tobacco is heavily correlated with a higher likelihood of engaging in violent and aggressive behaviors.
You know, it's just really weird.
Rich, hold on one second, Rich. Mobile's asking about the breakdown ADHD. It's attention deficit
hyperactivity. Yeah, hyperactivity disorder. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
one of those things that didn't exist when we were children.
Oh, it did. Oh, it existed.
Like
no. It existed. We didn't diagnose it.
We didn't
existed.
Well, it was. I mean, I knew kids that were taking Ritalin, like back in elementary school. So, well, let me, I really don't want to generalize this, but I would just say it was more diagnosed with certain types of people.
Certain types,
other people, right? Yeah, other types of people did not want to have their child stigmatized with being labeled that.
Correct.
So take that for what you want to take that as, but no, but yeah. But essentially, mobile too. You know, it's a lack of focus, and then with the H being hyperactive, you're constantly moving. You're not staying still.
Mm-hmm. There, can it, but mobile asks, can it just be kids are bored? Possibly.
And I think that's also part of it, right? And I'm speaking from a standpoint, I am not a doctor or educated in this space, but as a parent, you kind of read through some of these things, right? Some of these studies that you've talked about, as far as getting a child mentally prepared and focused as they get older, as they, track into certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I found, and let me also say, when I use the term, I do my own research. That is not me looking at a YouTube video and then saying, "Oh, I got it." That's not that. This is literally going through, looking at white papers that have been published in academic journals that state these findings with sources that have been verified. So let me give you that line there. A fair bit of this, you have medication as an option, one, but then two, you also have, behavioral changes, right? It's kind of like the way that GLP-1s have moved into the space where weight loss is a thing, where it's gone from being like, it is your fault that you're a fat, to now it's like, oh, well, you know what? There may be some sort of hormone activity that gives that signal to your brain that you need to continue to eat. And we have a thing to fix that for you. But there are also behavioral changes that you could do. There's
occupational therapy.
Occupational therapy. Yeah, thank you, Nick. So there are tools that are available that can get to all this thing. Now, having said that, at the end of the day, do I think that some of this is a space where, all right, kids just need things to do? Sure. I think that is a legitimate response to all this. But I don't necessarily think that's the only response either, because people will be like, "Oh, just go outside." I'm like, one, thanks to the industrial age, this is not the same summer that we grew up with. So that's one. But what are they going to do? Because all of the places or things that we used to use as children to go to, like whether it be just going out to the mall or going out to open places where you could actually, engage with people socially in different spaces. Those things aren't there anymore. Because even like here in Raleigh, they've talked about how, all of the like malls aren't looked at the same. I'm getting a echo here.
That was me. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Just making sure. But there's not really like a.
I'm sorry.
Christ.
There's not really there's not a place for the kids to really do anything anymore. So if you're trying to say that, all right, children need to go out and do a thing, there just aren't places for them to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to attack a problem, but one of the solutions is behavioral therapy, which is to get them out and engaged in something, which either doesn't exist or there's a cost to it, which is another factor into this too. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if y'all seen the price of like any summer camp or anything like that. That stuff is dumb, like stupid dumb. Like you see what I'm saying?
And I got two.
Right, right. Like to put a kid through some sort of camp is not like that's a fair bit of money. So all of these things, these activities that you could bring them up in to do stuff with, it's like parents like, nah, I don't. I'm gonna drop a mortgage to like have my kid engage in. Like, nah, they're just gonna sit in the house, they'll play video games, and not. Man, that winds up being the thing.
I mean, and it is. Just speak about you. It is, summer camp is very expensive, and daycares are expensive. And then just to piggyback on like the idea of going outside, think about it. Back when, not to say back in our day, that type of person, but there was a lot more things that you could do outside, but not be afraid or worried about other things about your child's safety or our safety. It's compared to things out there now. So, I mean, we would be outside, riding our bikes everywhere down the street, going who knows where. Now it's like you can't just trust anyone out with your kids. You don't. I mean, just
so loosely, one of the reasons that you guys are saying, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but it's the actual cost of keeping the kids occupied.
It's a factor. I would just say it's
a factor.
I think it's a big thing. Like even with going back to the ADHD, it is a factor. This is one of those things. I don't know if you can fully lump it in generally. It's just more of a case by case. You look at one child's backgrounds and their situation. That you can have somewhat of a general idea, but to fully lump one together and just say one thing for every person is hard to say. And so, like you said, it's a factor. It could be the cost. It could be boredom. I mean, it's just different. This is a situation where it's hard to really lump one thing and say this is the reason.
Yeah,
right. Because no two children are the same, right? Like you could have certain demographic properties, right, that you could say are similar, but to say like there is a magic bullet, like we're gonna just figure out how to knock this all out, nah.
Yeah. No, Marcus, we're talking about the uptick in teen violence this year. No, we're not talking about how dumb kids are.
I mean, you could raise 2-3 kids in the same house the exact same way, and all 3 kids come out different.
Well, I mean, after a while, it's just all about choice and how are you going to act, what you're going to do outside of your home, what are you going to do in your home. They start having their individual thoughts. At up to a certain point, I think kids kind of go with the collective or go with the flow. But then once they figure out they can go left instead of right, that's kind of where the individuality and the personality and everything starts coming in. So, like you said, you can have them all in the same house, treating them the same way, feeding them the same foods, giving them the same bedtime, and they all just turn out completely different because they choose to. Now, another reason they gave for the uptick in violence is trauma and victimization. Individuals with a history of child maltreatment or past violent victimization are at a substantially higher risk of perpetuating violence themselves.
Now that I do agree with. And I've seen
yeah.
statistics and stuff. That's definitely, and just in some of the background I had, education wise, I can see that. That's definitely a higher factor, I'll say.
I got twists in my head, Marcus. Damn it. It's concentrated on my head.
I can't right now. Hold on. I can't with Marcus.
But anyway, like we were
What
saying,
was Marcus said last week? This ain't new. You debuted this last week.
But yeah, I do believe in the trauma and victimization. That does have a big impact on the way a child is reared and brought up, and his thoughts on the world as he gets older. Like he can have a very negative idea or process when it comes to men or women, depending on who the victimization came from. And that might be displayed in outward modes of aggression to those people. So yeah, I completely believe the trauma and victimization thing has something to do with it. And not saying that that's the only thing, because there are a lot of kids acting up. Like we have this event every Friday at Finley Park. And this was a Saturday event, actually, the Juneteenth situation where fights just broke out. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed, but it was just random fights. You know, you go someplace like a Juneteenth celebration that's supposed to be all happy and jovial, but somebody is going to come out there without that mindset. They're coming out there for destruction. And I just think that's what happened. Now, whether these kids had ADHD, whether they were, or you doing something with a substance, or whether they had trauma, I don't know. They didn't sit down and have a psychological conversation with these kids on why they did what they did. I don't believe they did. The only thing that they do is lock them up and then let them go when the time comes, which is probably the issue.
What? Which part?
They just kind of lock them up for a while and then put them back out without actually trying to figure out what's going on. Because isn't the point of jail like rehabilitation?
Well, that's
for juveniles, yes. For juveniles, yes. Adults, no.
Huh.
It's more it's that and deterrent as right a punishment.
It's crime deterrent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that gets back to, remember some years ago when a lot of organizations started to try to do more like social work intervention whenever there's a disturbance in a community for that reason, because let's just be honest, law enforcement don't make very good social workers. Not saying their job isn't important, but that's just not, they're not built for this, right? It's not, law enforcement, when they get on the scene, they're not there necessarily to answer questions and be in touch with people's feelings. Their job is to usually neutralize the situation to where things return to the status quo, right? Remove people from the situation or remove things from a situation to get things to where they're no longer at a heightened level of violence or threat, right?
Yeah.
To enforce, quote unquote, the law. So, to your point, Brian, is like, if all you're doing is just, if these people are troubled and all you're doing is just putting them in a cage for effectively a couple hours and then letting them back out, I was like, all right, well, what's the lesson today, kids?
Exactly. I didn't learn shit.
Okay.
Yeah. All you do is give me some place to sleep and feed me in the morning and then let me go.
Right. Effectively.
Yeah. So, I mean, and maybe I'm on the outside and I don't know what goes all into DJJ. Maybe there's some moving parts in there that I don't know about.
I mean, there's probably a good bit. I mean, they really do want to rehabilitate and deter juveniles. There's lots of steps they will go out their way. They try to get them into camps for behavior camps. So take stress counseling. They'll do surveys and evaluations on your background. They really do try to look at what's causing these issues for said juvenile and what can we do to help improve that. It takes a lot before you get what's the equivalent of like a juvie life. There's a lot before you. I mean, outside of you committing a murder, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of steps before you really get like the, as they call it, indeterminate sentence until you're like 21 years old. So you get a lot of chances. And this is from my time doing juvenile court. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like at what point do you what do you have to do that's bad enough to you to get a sentence till you're 21? Because you get out, right? But then it's like, all right, but what did you do that was that bad to where they're just like, nah, we're just gonna keep you here till you're.
I think at that point, if they're keeping you to 21, then they're passing you on over to the jail at that point.
No, they wouldn't do that. Most times it's because I think at that point you might get tried as an adult usually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like how, I wonder how often that has actually happened.
I mean, usually when you get those ones that it's called indeterminate, usually it's your armed robberies, really violent ones. Yeah, for those types, unless you're just like a repeat offender, and then you're constantly getting to assaults, and but it's gotta be, I think, a lot over time before they just file say indeterminate. We don't know. You could be there till you're 21. We don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I guess. They gave some other reasons here. Rational factors, family dynamics, growing up in an environment with domestic violence, poor parental supervision, inconsistent discipline, or parental substance abuse or criminality severely disrupts a child's development of healthy social skills. I think there's a lot more that's affecting children's social skills right now than family dynamic. Now, it is like you said, a catalyst. But with the way we interact with other people these days,
or lack thereof,
that is severely prohibiting any kind of growth socially. So so with that extra in there, that little bit extra in there, I don't know when this came out from the World Health Organization, but this is a completely different place. Forgive the quote here. A different world than where we came from.
Yeah, I think just the main thing is there's not just one thing. There's different factors, and for one child it could be A, B, and C. Another one it could be A and D. It just
it's like all the factors are potentially there, but yes. I'd love to see where they're trying to draw lines, because I think Nick, you made this earlier point. Correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation.
Yes.
So, and I know we're sitting here listing all the problems, all the things going wrong, but is there anything that you think can be done to fix it or curve it or try to get us on the right track?
For me, all of those things in some way, shape, or form point to a lack of attention. So I think there's an opportunity there for people who are older to remember that these are just smaller people. I think there is I think there's an element of this, especially as we, think about, when some of us were growing up, where adults typically thought of children as, shut up, listen to what I say, don't ask questions, keep moving.
Seen, not heard.
Seen, not heard. Yes. And I think there's an opportunity here where I think there's they could be heard. I think that's, some of this, and it comes down, I think, to the heard part. This is where the communication element of where there's a dialogue back and forth, where, an adult or an older person could be trusted, now, so I think those are two very simple things. But again, I'm not necessarily saying that is the answer, but some of these do seem like it's just like, okay,
I'm going
through some of these.
I'm going to disagree because at this point we've had both we've had two generations brought up two different ways. Okay, we've had the seen not heard generation come through, still had an issue with kid violence, and now we have the generation that brought the kids in the room with the parents when they were having the conversations that kids couldn't hear, and we're still having the same issue. So we saw where one wasn't working. We quote unquote course corrected and started bringing kids in and getting their opinions and letting them voice their opinions, and it still doesn't work. So there has to be something that we're missing, something in the middle that we just bypassed, something we left out of this whole thing to keep a kid in a kid's place, but still let them know that they're valid and what they feel matters. Does that make sense?
Yes. Because I see your point. I think there is the avenue with this is that, in being heard, right, there's a level of responsibility or action that kind of comes out of the other side of it too. So, like, there's an element of accountability is, accountability is
I'm sorry, Miss Melody J and Terry V. I just looked at the chat and saw you having a whole conversation, but I'm reading over it.
Damn it, Brian.
Over it now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading over it now. We're gonna get to your comments, but go ahead.
No, I'm thinking of, like, to add to your point, right? There's an element of this where, a standard, because accountability is an internal construct, right? Like, so, because we always use the term like, like someone holding you accountable, or I mean, really, they're holding you to a certain standard, because I can't necessarily make someone hold themselves accountable for something, so to speak, right? But but there is a certain standard that it's like, hey, these behaviors are okay. These are things you should or should not do, and it is your responsibility to maintain that level of decorum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
I still think that it does come back to where there's this place where, that gap in communication, even though I know what you're saying, it's like, the seen not heard, and then you have but I think the element is like the pendulum swung too far to the other side, right? Because that's where your participation trophies and stuff start to come through, right? Where it's like you're trying to be their friend and not necessarily their parent. I think that sometimes that plays in there too.
Yeah. I mean, that's been, I think the parent and friend and parent conversation has been going on for quite a while between parents and the children, or between parents themselves. And I'm not a parent, so I can't talk about the stressors or the negatives or the positives or anything that you guys go through.
That's right.
But
you cannot.
I've been the child.
Remind him, Nick. Remind him.
Hey, 2 times, man. It's a different ball game. But go ahead, Brian. Different ball game.
Go ahead, Brian.
But I've been the child though, so I recognized what my parent was going through in raising us. You know, you got 3 boys and you're a single woman. You're raising 3 boys, trying to lead them right and lead them up, and still give them the freedom to do and grow and be what they want to be. So I mean, it's a constant battle, a constant fight. And this kind of goes into the young man who lost his life because he went out with friends. That's the scary part. Yeah.
I just learned about that last night. Yeah, that's
and that's a scary situation because as a parent, you don't want to be too strict to where you're not letting your kids experience things, but still, you don't know the intentions of other people. You know,
that's a whole story in and of itself.
I will say, girl, just to kind of touch that briefly, I will say for the most part, growing up, my parents, they pretty much knew everyone I hung out with. They know them, and like even to this day, if they've met them at some point, they'll ask me how they're doing. So for the most part, like I can't think of too many people that I'm really close with that my parents don't know. So, and for the most part, I want to try to be that way too, to keep up with who our kids are with. I mean, you still might not know everybody, and it still might not prevent everything, but the more things like that you can do, I think it at least does help.
Yeah,
I don't know all that situation to go to. I learned about it, and I'm still kind of reading
that
more.
Case is it's still unfolding. They're finding things out that they didn't know. That for some reason they still had the boy's phone. They're saying some text messages were deleted. They're saying that group of kids, that group of guys, particular guys that he was hanging out with, liked abusing certain substances. But the boy didn't want to do any substances because he had in a sporting event to take part in. So it's a lot that's still coming out.
Okay.
And at the same time, your heart has to go out to every parent that has a child that is of age and can go out and be with other people, because like I said, you don't know people's intentions. This isn't the first time somebody has gone out with friends and hadn't come home.
Right.
So what do you do? And
That's
I know at this
part.
point, it's kind of like, being that this is so fresh and it's just, winding out, because I think this whole thing happened the end of June.
I thought it was 4th of July. It was the 4th of July?
Yeah, the 4th of July? Yeah, it's 4th of July. It's 4th of July. That's not even a week.
Yeah.
And this entire thing just unfolded.
And he was like, 18, 19, if that?
I believe somewhere around there, yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'd say, and I'm just like, our oldest kid, he's 8 years from that age, and it's already like, you start to kind of worry about your own kids when you think of stuff like that. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, 18. He was 18. Nolan Wells.
Nightmare fuel.
That is. Yep. It's scary. That's very scary. That's probably the scariest thing that you could think of as a parent. Like, your kid leaves the house like every other day and just doesn't come home. And this is, and I don't know anything about the boys' upbringing. I'm pretty sure they're going to start bringing out negative stuff about Nolan Wells eventually, because that's what the media does. But as of right now, it's a very tragic story, a very tragic young man who went out, thought he was going to have some fun with some people, and didn't come home. And nobody's talking. Yeah. So back to what I was saying as far as the rise in youth violence over this year. I don't even know if you can put this in the same category as just like youth violence.
What this?
The story, the Nolan Wells story.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems like it should. If you just look at the totality of it.
You know what? So like it is a very, very, it's like, because I feel two ways about this, right? Because I know where Mobile's going, right? Because we have seen this movie so many times at this point that it's not even funny. However, we do not know anything. So to immediately come out and say that it is a story of quote unquote violence, like what, like how does that, where does that serve the narrative? Because I agree in the sense that it's like, I think anyone who's over the age of 30 probably is like, we know where this is going, right? Like, let's just be honest. But at the same time, it is like, well, what do we know as it stands today? And relatively speaking, very little, because Brian just said is like, the story is actively unfolding. It's just that those of us who have been around the block a few times, we have seen how these things play out, especially given the demographic. Exactly. That is the hard part, because all of us are like, and the reality is that it's just like anytime you've seen stuff like this happen, you hope that you're wrong. Like
it's a big wish.
All right, you know what I'm saying? But like you want to be wrong, and that's the thing. It's like is this about to be that thing? Because what if for whatever reason something happened, freak accident, and here we are, right? But at the same time, we're all going like,
yeah. Where's the
truth? Right.
Yeah.
Like y'all say it's a freak accident. Where's the truth?
Right. How is it that like all of you have like wiped your social media profiles clean?
Even the parents.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh,
I know.
Yeah. That's
what I'm saying. Like none of these behaviors are going in the direction of like, oh man, he like, you know, he just stayed
behind, and no.
And he's the only one that was missing.
Only one that's missing, and dead men tell no tales.
Come on, man. This is
I'm like
until 2026, bro.
I am not trying to like move that direction, but
it's like you say, you're like, oh, they killed the boy. Then you look up to see if anybody's gonna prove you wrong. No, nobody's gonna say anything. Okay, you can look down again. Yeah, they killed him.
Like you can't. You're not gonna sit there and tell me that all the kids, the other kids that he went with, they all cleaned. They cleaned off their socials, and then the parents cleaned off their socials too. Like, follow the trail. It'll lead you to something. Because granted, that's an admission of guilt.
Like, or you're lowering up. It's one of the two, which still kind of plays into that. I'm not disagreeing with you, Mobile, by no means. But let's play definitely, you know, it's like
they're just following the word they're probably following the word of counsel. They probably said delete everything, all your social media.
Everything. Yeah. Like if you had one post, maybe you and Nolan got into like an argument once 6 years ago, they will use that as motive. Wipe.
Yep.
Them dang attorneys, man. You can't get on my dang damn attorneys.
Right.
Yeah.
Snakes. Swindlers.
Yeah, man.
Snake oil salesman. Slicking and possum shit.
Okay.
He's like Nick's like, wait a minute now.
Slicking and possum shit.
I mean, damn, Brian. I gotta draw a line at some point now. God damn.
But yeah, it's like this is a full-on movie of the week, and it's only been a week.
Right.
you know. But initially, like I said, this is probably one of the fears that parents are having right now, whether to hold on too tight or let their kids keep doing whatever they're doing and maybe suffer the same fate. I don't know. But that's where we wanted to land with that here. So I'm gonna switch gears a little bit here. Mobile, I know you hadn't seen all the episodes, but we're gonna
Really, y'all really want to unpack it now? Really? Come on, bro.
No,
Like,
no.
couldn't
We're just gonna like fan out for a little bit, and then we're not going to spoil the show. Like
We're talking about
promise
season
you.
one.
I mean, we can talk about the first three at least.
No, we're talking about season
I'm all
one.
for that. I'm all for it. Let's not go episode 4, bro.
Mo about to crash out.
He's like, nah, man, y'all not gonna get me tonight. I've been off the internet far too long for you to be spoiled tonight. No.
Oh, Mo, I'm sorry.
I sit there and adhere to all the no spoiler rules, and then y'all want to go sit there and bring him to me.
we ain't go what we told you, and we ain't gonna talk about what happened. We ain't gonna talk about what happened in episode 4. We're not gonna touch it.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even want to touch the new season. Honestly,
I mean, personally, I wouldn't either. Like, I'm just like, the only thing I would say about X-Men 97 that it is easily the best thing that Disney Marvel has done since Infinity War, without question. Like,
I mean, very
nothing matches that.
Certainly the best thing they did with X-Men since they've been making X-Men movies.
Fuck off, Brian.
Wait, no, here we go.
Yeah, that was
Brian. We're having a nice conversation.
But here's the thing: he's kind of not
first
wrong.
class. No, he's
I'll
wrong.
say since First Class. Then that's kind of about it.
No. I'm not. Rich, don't enable this man. You know he can't wait to go on this. Don't do it. We can. Rich, you guys say solidarity with this now.
I'm not necessarily
Rich. No. I'm Rich. As your attorney, I'm gonna stop you right there. Because we're not gonna feed Brian with this. Because all you gonna give him an inch, he gonna take him out with this one. You can wait to throw that little jig out there.
They know, like, that team understands the assignment without question.
Definitely that. I would definitely say this. Again, I'm gonna just say this. This is the most accurate and well-told depiction of apocalypse, without question. You look at all the anime series. We're gonna know X-Men Apocalypse, the movie.
Oh yeah, please.
Leave that one. Yeah,
but I think
no comparison.
But this is the best telling of the character that they've done.
Yeah, if I ain't gonna hold you, if I saw this one before I saw that the movie with Apocalypse, I was like, yo, what y'all messed that whole story up.
I mean, how you get the Power Rangers in the MCU? That's what he look like. Ivan Ooze. I think that's the guy name.
Yeah, that's exactly who he does look like.
Like,
oh geez.
Brian. No, Brian.
I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying nothing.
Look like Bill Cosby, that grin.
He was grinning a little hard.
No, I know you're not. The show, this season's the best show, but it's got nothing to do with Brian's awful take because he's out in Planet Shitsburg by himself with that take. Yeah. Oh yes.
They're bad movies.
No. You know what? I would have me if we poll people and more people on your side, I'll concede to that point with you. No, I wouldn't, because that's all y'all would be high. No, y'all wouldn't. But I would not concede that point. Because again, you reckon like it was a.
You don't have to watch them again. You watch them once and never see them again.
No. You have to watch the Jurassic Park movies or the Alien movies again. You don't have to watch those.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch those movies.
No.
Rob fool.
But anyway, yeah. X-Men 97 has been pure greatness and an absolute joy to watch. Storyline's great. Voiceovers are great. Animation's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
When did they change? Was that episode 2 or 3 when they did the intro change
What are you talking about? This
for the
season?
new season? Yeah,
That was the
The second episode when they did the
second
big,
episode.
the big one.
when
Yes,
they-
that's episode 2.
When they did the X Force situation, that was
Yeah.
hey,
I mean,
hey, man.
I was like, what are we doing here? Like, oh, they really did this. Oh, okay.
Hey, man. I think we were in the group chat. And I was like, hey, man. 10 out of 10. That the way they just cut the whole thing was like perfect.
I mean,
Hey.
honestly, even before that one, I mean, that's the icing of the cake, that intro. But I like just over the course, even the first season, how they kept periodically changing the intro based on certain characters, and it just kept evolving. So I've just been a big fan of that. Even the subtleties of the first season when they had Jean Grey and Madeline, which you didn't really notice at first until you noticed it.
Right.
Look back, they had Madeline at first,
Right.
and then because the hairstyle was different.
Correct.
And then later on, they had Jean Grey. So they had all these little nuances that you didn't notice. And then, of course, then the creme de la creme was the X Force intro. That's just.
So here, hold on. Since y'all brought up the X Force, so was that so? Because it was the Deadpool reference. Like when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, Deadpool called his group X Force, right?"
Well, the original X Force was with Cable left. That was Cable's group in the comics.
Yeah, but didn't in Deadpool too? Didn't he call when?
Yes, he did. I think it was. I think it was.
Was that like a? I'm trying to.
That wasn't a reference to Deadpool. That wasn't a reference to Deadpool at all.
So was Deadpool trying to reference X-Men?
I think he was trying to reference X-Men. That was just his version of him trying to be, because that movie he kept talking about he's a good guy, and so I think he was just trying to have his own.
I mean, and keeping in mind too, dude is a comic geek as well, so he knows about X Force and X Factor and X-Men and all that shit.
Because it just seems as if
this movie in the movie.
It just seems as if what's my man's name? Damn, I forgot what's Deadpool's name.
Wait, Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds. It's like he does a better job of actually connecting the comic storyline than some of these directors and writers of the Marvel universe. It's like, bro,
he's a legit fan of the character and knows the background. So yeah,
right.
He's open. He openly spoke like 10 years before, even before the movie that I won't speak about when they sewed his mouth shut.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. We kind of knew it. Rich was just being petty just then.
I know. Yeah, I know. But even before that movie, he talked about wanting to play Deadpool.
Yeah.
So.
Like even when they were going through on Wolverine and Deadpool, when they were going through all the different Wolverines, they had Weapon X, and that was the Wolverine with the one arm.
Yep.
I have the #1 comic book from '95 with him in it. So I mean, I recognize that immediately. Like, that's Wolverine from a comic book.
I mean, and the fact that I really appreciate the fact that they had the quote, they had the Wolverine that was the actual height of the character, because he's very, very short.
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 4 something. He's a Ninja Turtle. What the fuck he is.
Yeah, I appreciate they actually had that. I mean, that's the epitome of a Napoleon complex. Kevin Hart.
He's stupid.
Yeah.
That was great flying around here today.
Age of Apocalypse is what that series was.
But yeah, bottom line, if you haven't watched it, watch X-Men 97. It's really good.
You won't be disappointed. Moby, you got anything for us tonight? I know you can't.
Oh yeah, I was wondering when we want to play. All right, let's go here.
All right, now it's time for Mobile's moment. This is when we give Mobile a chance to give us something to pontificate over, something to think about, and something to have a conversation, a brief conversation about. And tonight, Mobile's moment is.
I got a couple of them.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna start there. We're gonna start here. Real question.
Movie's moment. Which one is worse? No AC in the summer or no heat in the winter? No AC in the summer.
Anyone who picks the second one is a sadist.
I tend to
that's
agree.
smart.
Yeah,
yeah. That can kill you.
You're right.
That can
It
absolutely end your life.
Yeah, no. I can bundle up, but you can't. There's only a certain number of clothes you can take off in public and be okay.
Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna pick no heat in the summer. That is my final answer.
No AC in the summer.
No heat in the summer.
No AC in the summer. Sorry. Yeah, no heat in the summer.
Crazy. Brian, wait a minute, just to clarify, you're saying no AC in summer is the worst of the two?
Yes.
Okay, to make sure. Okay,
I think we're all in agreement on this one.
Let's make sure. I got confused for a second. I'm like, okay, yeah.
But hey, having no heat in the winter ain't nothing to sleep on though. Like that.
No, it's not.
But let's be clear.
It's like
there's
it's
a lot
like running.
Yeah,
it's like
running.
running.
A lot more hotter days. It's a lot more hotter days than there are colder days.
That too. Here,
yeah.
Especially here in the South, we got way more hotter days than cold days.
Still, though, like, nah.
I think it's easier to keep yourself warm than to cool yourself off.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, you can always take off. You got layers you put back on, take off, put on, take off. And it's hot. It's just
death.
Yeah.
Absolute death. That's all it is. All right, we're gonna get that out of here. Let's see what we got next. Okay.
Yeah, this one you gotta read into just a little bit.
Ooh.
What happened just now? Share screen. Share. All right, there we go. You can only choose one, and this is for audio purposes here. House 1, Netflix, blankets, unlimited snacks. House 2, country walks, fire pit, unlimited wine. House 3, private beach, home gym, pizza and beer. House 4, swimming pool, in-house Starbucks, unlimited chocolate. House 5, mountain views, garden and hammock, scenic walks. And House 6, library, hot tub, home cinema. I'm going to pick House 3. Yep.
Yeah.
Private beach, home gym, pizza and beer. I'm good.
Yeah. 3 sounds like the sweet spot because you don't it kind of limits you going out. So granted, don't get me wrong, all of them, if you're a homebody, yes, you can thoroughly enjoy all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm probably choosing 3 too. It's the private beach that kind of sold me. Like I
fellas.
Rich is analyzing. He's like,
And Rich don't drink, so Rich could give a damn about the beer.
Yeah.
So you know that's the pussy. I love pizza though. Like that's what makes this hard. Like House 3 was, if could we switch out beer for like Coke Zero? Maybe, I don't know. Like I mean, if that was a thing, but
I had to take my screen for that one.
So the only thing I'm thinking about, because like House, like that one also has like food options where you don't have to go anywhere.
See, that's the big thing I noticed too. It's got food options.
Like because my question is, are you stuck?
Yes,
Like, can you not leave or something? I don't know.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I mean, the only other one that's got some type of food option is House One, but snacks like you can't get full off that.
Nah,
No, you're not gonna get
you can have a healthy pizza. Like you can make pizza healthy. You know, cauliflower crust and
I mean,
why? You don't have to do that. I'm just saying you can. Like,
I mean, I can't watch Aliens, but I choose not to.
Hold on a second. Aliens is a great movie. Now, any movie after that,
I won't know. I will not. I will not know.
Yeah, that's fine. No. And you know what? For the purposes of understanding your plight, I can absolutely agree with that. Like, you really only need to stop after the second movie. 100% agree.
I wouldn't.
But we did not. We kept going.
I wouldn't know. I just picked it
to a fault.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think if we're just talking straight up for like what the house has, I would say it'd have to be 3. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think if as long as like what kind of does it matter what type of beer it is? Because if it was like Stella Artois, because Stella Artois is technically a beer, right? Or is
it's a beer. It's a beer.
Yeah, so I mean that's the only one that I would ever drink.
Fancy beer, but it's a beer.
Ugh, it's fucking Stella.
Hold on a second. Like,
Rob says 3. Rob says 3. By the way,
don't judge me.
No, not judging for that. No, it's I tell you later. I just.
So y'all saying chocolate, the unlimited chocolate ain't a snack that you can.
No,
I'm good.
I'm not a chocolate person.
Yeah, I'm not a chocolate person like that.
like House 4, I think is the least appealing out of all of us. Guy, it's like
Starbucks.
House 4 is basically seems like it's like basically it's the mall, right? Like they just took the fountain where you throw all the pennies in. It's like there you go. You got Starbucks and unlimited chocolate. Okay.
Well, tell you what. So it seems like all of us are pretty much agreeing. Because I'm with House 3 as well. So what would be your number 2 option? I think that's going to be different.
All right. I'm almost tempted to say it would either be between 5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at 6. I'm like,
because all those things are sedentary. That's the problem. Like
it is.
That's okay. That's no problem.
I mean, Brian already knows what the home cinema is like because he if you know, you know.
Home cinema king is what I am. Is that what they call me? The home cinema king.
Hey man, I ain't got no problem with little home cinema. I ain't gonna hold you. So
yeah.
But it's the library. I'm like, damn. Well, how big of a library are we talking about? And then, so is it? Because I
all the books.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to say the country walks, the fire pit, and the wine.
Yeah,
it's got liquor, some kind of alcohol.
Wine is not liquor, sir.
Wine is alcohol.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning towards House 2 as my second option. Because it seems like it's more peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of the idea of a country walk though. That ain't.
I mean, that's your exercise, bro.
I can not. I can. Now, if this is a regular walk, but something about country walk, that ain't. I don't like that. That don't jive with me.
I mean,
you start hearing that music. Where are you going, boy? You lost? Yes, I'm very lost right now. Excuse me while I turn around.
Mm-hmm. Then you hear tonight, you.
But yeah, I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody had any shotgun topics to get off their chest? Anything they want to say before we get up out of here?
Oh, I know.
I believe we are currently under some sort of heat wave or heat watch or something going around the country.
Heat dome. Heat dome.
Yeah, heat dome. So y'all be fucking careful.
Yeah, hydrate. Drink water.
Exactly. Water is important. Shade is important. Taking a break from the heat is important. You ain't got to cut that whole yard in one time. Take a break. Go in the house. Then come back out.
No. I think that's one of the few jobs where you kind of have to you just got to get through it. Like you can't just like cut half your yard and be like, what? Not to, nah.
Now, if it's like the front yard, then do the backyard the next day. That's a little different.
You can probably do the front, and
you could do that, but like you can't just be like, I'm gonna get like 2/3 of the way.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't have. You can't have the front. You can't have the front yard.
Just wake up early and just do it early in the morning, or
it's like nah, man. It's like if your barber came up and said like, I'm just gonna cut half your hair today, I'm like nah.
You can half of this foot your ass.
Right. It was like. If he's doing your hair and then did the beard the other day, that's like two different things. But nah, you wind up having a reverse mohawk, man. Like nah.
The barber is also not cutting your hair outside, so he shouldn't need a break.
What if he has no AC?
No AC.
Find another damn barbershop. You knew that when you walked in that barbershop. You should have left.
Brian, now find another barbershop. Come on, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Brian.
Yeah, right.
Don't cheat on the barber.
It'd be the one time you're like, nah, man.
Don't cheat on the barber. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
One time you get to do fresh out of barber school.
Your barber is like your therapist, man. Y'all attached to the hip now. You don't just change barber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anybody else had anything they wanted to say?
Anybody going to see Jay-Z this weekend in New York? Hey man, have fun. I'm gonna try to find the YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's when that concert
started. That's what this is.
Sold out.
Yeah, all 3 nights.
Jesus.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was like,
and Jay ain't one of them artists that add extra nights, is he?
No, he added one extra night for this.
Oh, he did.
For this, yeah. This was at Yankee Stadium. He initially did 2. Somehow they talked him into doing a 3rd. And they added Friday night, and that sold out too. So
good for him.
Yeah. More money for the Jigger Man. Well, if all hearts and minds are clear, we're going to go ahead and end this, y'all. It's been amazing. Thank you all for came in and participated and had conversations on the side that I did not see. I apologize about that. We'll catch you next time. So on behalf of me, Rich, Nick, Mobile, we'll see y'all next Thursday with more topics, more things to talk about, more things to pontificate over. Y'all holla at your peace. Nick, sing a song.
Brian's ex may take